Our reporter, Allie LaForce. And so here is Chicago. Davis goes in. And he buries his first look.
This is how you begin a game. Set the tone right from the jump.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. That's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the three. Knocks it down from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
Pass to Tatum. And then Tatum slams it in.
We don't always get to see this from Tatum, adding the sizzle to the steak.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Pass to Whiteside. Here's Tatum. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Castle. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the right side. Here's Bird. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Davis. They can't stop the run with that one.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Knocked away. Here's Castle. And he goes in for the dunk.
Showing how athletic he is. When Castle sees room for takeoff, he jumps all over it.
They set a pick. Out to the right wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Chicago trails by 8. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Tatum. Here's Castle. Left side Tatum. 3 on the clock. Down low. Tipped. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by Whiteside. And here comes the break. Here's Davis. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both free throws good from Davis.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them. Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
it's Albuquerque with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Albuquerque.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Using that change of pace off the dribble, Doncic gets the shots he wants.
Here's Yao. Durant for three.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Right side Holiday. From the arc. The rebound by Beasley. Albuquerque leading by 13. Out to the wing. The three, Smith. Holiday grabs the miss. Chicago with the ball. Here's Yao. That one goes in. Yao's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now here's Beasley. Still without a bucket. Count the basket.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Timeout called here. Chicago. Guys to talk it over. Here's Castle. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played so far. Going inside. And it's Bird with a rebound. Doncic outside. Leonard outside. Here's Bird from downtown, and the three-pointer goes. Bird's got 5.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Holiday looking for an opening. Here's Yao. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. He's got 7.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Pass to Leonard. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Holiday. From deep, here's Doncic. Chicago with a rebound. And we've got 1:18 left to play in the second quarter. Outside Tatum. There's the triple. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. From deep, here's Doncic. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Encouraging to see Doncic sink the 3. Needs to keep doing this now.
Here's Castle. Oh, Leonard with the block. And here's Doncic outside. Pass to Duncan. Here's Bird. Now Doncic. He's covered by Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Again, Doncic missing. Chicago trails by 16. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
And he makes both free throws. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets a three fly. The rebound by Whiteside. That's tipped. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocks down the long J. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. Albuquerque out in front, up by 15. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Albuquerque leading by 15. The three ball. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Davis. That one drops for him. 6 points for him.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play. He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Releases. Davis misses.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Now here's Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. In transition, here they come. Smith outside. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. Chicago trails by 19. Over to the wing. Back to Whiteside. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
From the top of the key. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Chicago with the ball. On the wing, Tatum. Here's Whiteside. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound.
2 minutes remaining.
Takes the three. Drops in the three.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. .156 left in the third quarter. Up top, Davis. He has 6. Basket's good. Davis has got 8 points. Albuquerque leading by 18. From deep, here's Doncic. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they've performed, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Fires the three. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Albuquerque calls timeout. going with an almost entirely new group here. There's a minute 12 left to play in the third quarter here. Outside Davis. Outside Durant. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on Kawhi Leonard.
For a spindly guy, Durant has such great body control. Hard not to foul him when he carves his way in that deep.
And here's Albuquerque now. Doncic outside. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Offline from the top of the key. And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for Chicago. Left side Durant. Leonard looking around. High arcing shot. Yep, that one's good. Leonard's got his first basket.
I mean, where is this stuff coming from Kawhi Leonard? What can't he do that time with the floater?
Beasley for three. Pass to Whiteside. Here's Bell. He's guarded by Beasley. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Chicago shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for two.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's Albuquerque up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. And they've been
51.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Chicago trails by 19. Here's Tatum. No good, off the front rim. And here's Albuquerque now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Beasley misses. Chicago with the ball. Here's Durant. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And that's the shot that makes Kevin Durant. He's so special from the mid-range.
Screen by Robinson. Shot is up. They get it again. Over Durant. Back to Robinson. Pass to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. There's a screen. Over Holiday. Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got 20 points.
Defense was all over Doncic, so he smartly uses a pick to get free to shoot.
Here's Tatum. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Beasley for 3. Hits a three-pointer. Let's look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for Albuquerque.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Launches a 3. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
On target from range.
Gilgeous-Alexander creative and tricky on that play.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Pass to Duncan. Here's Bird. Over Castle. And here's Smith. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Right side Tatum. And again, unable to change momentum here. On offense, here's Albuquerque. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Tries the spin move. For three, Smith. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
The three is up. Bird, that's good.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work, but that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
Pass to Bird. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. All sorts of time. Duncan, no good.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. 4-3. Pass to Duncan. This one for three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And that's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Yeah, once Tatum sees a gap, he is gone. Off and running.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fades. And that one's good.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Tatum. Blocked! Off target, so Albuquerque wins it. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement.
From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce.
Here we go.
And so here is Chicago. Here's Tatum. Tatum draws the double. Out to the right wing. Puts up a deep three. The rebound by Atlanta. Here's Ellis. And Whiteside with a block. Over to the left wing. Out to the wing. There's the triple. Granger grabs the miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Here's Castle. And that one is stuffed right through.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him. Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing is over.
Pass to Castle. Outside for Davis. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Three-pointer. Granger, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option, but when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Ellis, good.
And that's just nasty right there, guys. He has a tremendous crossover.
There's the drive. Castle misses.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Yeah, once he posted away, you knew what was on his mind.
He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Chicago shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
You love the frame and the length Castle brings to the guard position.
Now here's Davis. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Shot from 12. Here's Garnett. And he dunks it down.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Pass to Yao. 6